This tool is about working with lists, various types of lists, where you can analyze each on its own or compare them and merge them and run some operations on them. So I'm going to start with a very, very simple example so it's clear to you how it works, and then we'll take some realistic data and work with them. So my first list is going to be A, B, C, and D. So as you can see here, we have a count to quickly give you an idea of how many items you have and how many are unique. And my second set or list is going to be the letters C, D, E, and F, and they're also 4 items, and 4 of them are unique. So what this tool does is allows us to run set A operation set B equals the result. So we have a few different set operations that are available. The first one is union. You have the Venn diagram to help you visualize what's going to happen and what this tool does. So set A union set B is equal to A, B, C, D, E, F. So all the letters together combined and deduplicated. So CD was not duplicated here. So you always get a unique set of items in the result box. Intersection basically gets the common items as you would expect. It's C and D. The difference is the items in A not in B. So it's the letters A and B. You can do the difference in reverse order. What's in B but not in A. And it's the letters E and F. You can also do the symmetric difference, which is everything except the stuff that's common. And this would be A, B, E, and F because C and D are the common ones. You can also check if A is a subset of B. In other words, is every element here also available here? And you'll get true or false, and whether it's a superset, which is the opposite operation. So this is how it works. And now let's work with some sample data. So I have 2 sets of keywords here. These are my keywords in March. I'm going to paste them here, and my keywords in April, and I'll paste them here. So we can immediately see that we had 1,859 keywords here and almost 2,000 here. So there was an additional keywords in when we went from March to April. So union gives you the whole thing, and it's also might be interesting to know the number. How many are common? 1,250, and what are they? So you can take these, copy them, and do whatever you want with them. The difference is the keywords that are in March but not in April, which means these are the keywords that we ranked for here but not here. In other words, these are the keywords that we lost in April. Also the opposite, the keywords that are in April but not in March, which means these are the keywords that we have gained. And as you can see, it's 749 keywords. Now, the number might not necessarily be a good or bad thing because it's not just about the number of keywords, it's about their importance. So you might have a single keyword that's worth 100 or 1,000 other keywords for you. So let's take another example. Look at another example of a bunch of emails. These are all fake emails, by the way. They might look realistic, but they're not. They were just generated for this example so we can see how it works. So here's the first list of emails, and this is the second list of emails, or my other audience. Now, when you have duplicate items here or here, you get an additional tool that allows you to interactively count the values. So we have 1,000 items here, 40 of them are unique, which then we can see which are the top ones. You can see the top 15 if you want. You get them here. This is the count, how many times this email appeared in this list. This is the cumulative count. This plus this plus this is equal to this. And this is the percentage. And also this is the cumulative percentage. So in this case, the first 11 emails, they form about a third of our data set over here. So this gives you some perspective on which ones were the most used. And you can sort the others. Everything else is here lumped in this final row, which you can sort it and see how significant it is. And in this case, others is 54% of the audience. And you can compare these things. So intersection, we have 40 items here, we have 40 here and 50 here. What's the difference between set A and set B? Nothing. What's the difference between set B and set A? We have 10 items. So is set A a subset of set B? Yes, so we know that this set of emails is included here. Every single email here is included here. Is it a superset? False. And it has one item here. So let me also share with you some ideas about other types of lists or audience. The first one is keywords, which we just did, but you can do it in a different way. So you can compare the keyword set that tool A gives you versus tool B, and versus tool C if you want. So you can see what common keywords are, which ones are different, and so on. As we just did here in this example, you can do month A keywords versus month B. You might be running keyword search campaigns, and you might want to compare the keywords in campaign A versus campaign B to see the cannibalization, common keywords, and so on. Another type of audience or list that you might be interested in comparing is URLs. One of them is XML sitemaps, which you can download from the XML sitemap tool, and you can compare the same. You can re-download the same sitemap multiple times and compare last month versus this month. What happened? Did they add new pages? Did they remove them? How many are common, and so on. Crawling produces long lists of URLs, as you know. So you can run the same crawl on the same website 2 times, and you can compare crawl 1 versus crawl 2. What happened in the week or in the month or in the year that passed between those 2 crawls. You can crawl with 2 different types of configurations. For example, user agent A versus user agent B, and see any differences. You can also compare the crawled URLs with the sitemap URLs. Do I have URLs in the sitemap and that have not been crawled, or vice versa? Might be interesting thing to do. Emails, as we did, you can compare a list of subscribers versus people who purchased something. You can have social media custom audiences, which are basically phone or email lists and so on. You can also do it with e-commerce reports. So if every transaction contains the name of the product or the category, this might be something that you want to compare across months, across websites, across countries, or whatever you have. This audience manager tool that allows you to compare, merge, analyze, and play with audience lists. Thank you very much.